Good afternoon. How are we all going, people? How are we all going? Is everyone waiting to get on? Obviously, this is a continuation of this morning's live stream. So just as everyone's going to be getting on, obviously, and I'll start to really elaborate what this is, the whole purpose of this is for. We're a lot of people wanting to know, okay, we've got the workshops coming up, we've got the retreats, what's going to be involved. Deborah Williams, good to have you on. Miss Grayer as well, and everyone else, good to have everyone on. Awesome stuff, so we might as well get into it. So a lot of people have been asking me is, Lee, can you be able to create transformational spaces that we can step into, but you know, some people aren't able to get over BALI. Some people aren't, you know, they can't make the time commitment, they can't make the financial commitment. So I have really been opening my mind and opening my doors and my environment to transformational spaces where people can come and plant their seed, yeah? And like I said today, if everyone got on today, where it's being able to give people that understanding of, you know, hey Jez, good to have you on, Lisa as well, and everyone else, is that the 2-day workshops were created to give people an understanding of what we do, yeah? It's that face-to-face, it's that belly-to-belly. Joko, how are you, brother? There you go, my spiritual leader, that's all part of the retreats, there you go, showing the support. And, you know, sorry about this as well, I know the Brownlow's on and I'm like, oh my God, the Brownlow's just started, but this is important, this is showing up and giving this content. I know some people don't follow the football, but we're going to really bring you some high content. So what would be a really good add-on, and as I like to say, or Matty G likes to say, stack that shit, is I did a live stream earlier today and it gave you guys a really good understanding of what we're doing, why we create the retreats, why we create the workshops, and when they're going to be, and where are they going to be. Yeah, and to give everyone an understanding, I want to speak to the people if this is you. And unfortunately, there are a lot of people out there just making their day-to-day up. They're functioning, they're struggling, they feel like they've got no time, they feel like they're chasing their tail and their energy, and they're putting all this energy out and they're not getting anywhere. The reason why that happens, yeah, and I was speaking to a couple of my clients today, they're taking in all this information, they're learning, they're reading, they're doing all this stuff, but the problem with that is what they are doing is that they aren't being taught how to create efficient effort. They're not being showed how to be able to take that information out and apply it into your life that actually gives you the fulfillment and the results that you desire. And this was me for a long time. That, you know, you could read a book, you could go to so many seminars, you could have so many coaches, but if you don't have someone showing you how to elaborate on the information, that's not just for everyone, but it's customized, because everyone's going to learn, everyone's going to learn at a different rate. Everyone is going to express themselves at a different rate as well. So the thing about what these workshops are great about is that, you know, people in Melbourne, you know, people that have been there for 2 days, we get down to some, you know, so I say get down to some dirty stuff, yeah? And what I mean by that is we get into some really deep and dirty subconscious reprogramming. You know, what we do in 2 days, some people will do over 2 weeks. And what we allow people to do to stand in their power, to get uncomfortable, to become comfortable. We do a lot of subconscious reprogramming. We do a lot of, again, understanding that reprogramming of your software. We're teaching people how to get into the universal consciousness. And if that doesn't make sense, people, what we are doing is being able to program people's thoughts, to be in control of their emotions, to detach themselves from the past, to start looking forward to the future and making them present so they start to understand and feel fulfilled right now. Yeah? Because people are too stuck in the past, depression, or they're too forward thinking and they have anxiety in the future and they aren't here now to do what they need to do today. It's a big no-no. So what we are doing as well, we are teaching in a subliminal understanding. We are teaching called a oh, you can't really see that, can you? It's a little bit light. The black text though. So we've got a little bit, that is called the universal law. Universal law is being able to teach at a flat line. So people can come into the environment, people can learn these skills and they don't lose who they are. They don't lose their identity, yeah? So it doesn't matter what, you know, what race, how old you are, what education you had, you know, what gender you're, if you're a man, lady, alien, it doesn't matter. Wish I had this black, but this pen's not really working too well. Yeah. I ran out of paper, it doesn't matter, we can still get this up. Actually, I'll get the green one. Let's rock that out with green. There you go. You can see that a bit better, sort of. So what we're going to be teaching in the 2 days, and this is obviously for all you Melbourneites to be able to drive an hour or half an hour because we have it in the city, and then obviously you Perth people as well, is for people to come and understand firstly, to get in contact with me, with my team, and really get to know us as a person, but more on an energetic level, more about what we can do. Because live streams, videos, they can be very misconcepted. But once you're in belly to belly with somebody, you really get to know people for who they are and who they aren't. Yeah. So the 2-day workshops is really giving you an understanding of understanding how great you are, and obviously what we're bringing to the table of becoming the #1 transformational space in Australia. And that's not because of the title. That's because of proven lives saved, lives supported, lives led, and empowered enlightened lives. It's just creating better humans. Yeah. And that's what we're doing right here. And that's what it's all about. So it's 2-day workshop. So what I'm announcing tonight, which I announced today, if you weren't on the live streams today, is that the Melbourne workshop is going to be again at the Blackburn, which is just down the road, down St Kilda Road, and it's going to be on Saturday the 21st to Sunday the 22nd, starting at 8 a.m. on Saturday and finishing at 8 p.m. 12 hours of, you know, mindset, identity creation, spiritual meditation, getting uncomfortable to become comfortable, reprogramming any strategies or inner mind strategies that cause depression, emotional intelligence, to be in control of your emotions, understanding your programming, your thoughts, your feelings, your beliefs, your actions, just going deeper with a lot of advanced movements, a lot of advanced understanding, getting in contact with your body and being able to be in contact with your body so you can use your body to understand what's going on inside. Because what we're going to be teaching you guys, that the universe is a complete reflection and mirror of what's going on in here. So if you've got all this scatter, if you've got this disbelief, if you've got a lot of this, this hurt, this pain going on, the universe is going to be a complete reflection, and you're going to see that. So that's why we teach about going inside 90% and going out 10%, yeah? The 2-day workshops, and if you want to know a lot more about it, I can give you guys the specifics, is it gets you going. It gets you basically, it gives you a taste. It gets you running shoes on. And what that is going to enable you to do is for you to be able to want to move yourself and get the confidence in yourself and myself and my team to be able to go, okay, I love this. I need to come to a retreat. I love this. I want to do the online program. I love this. I want to do the one-on-one coaching. And that's exactly who Natalie, both Natalies, who else have we got? There was Amanda that's there, Gary, Mick. Amanda didn't come to the retreat. And, and the team they've all come to the retreat and they've all had massive breakthroughs. You saw the video of the 2 Nats and Eleni being up there, and you see how much they've grown just from, when was the last retreat? Just a couple of weeks ago. So the workshops, and even Theta, she came all the way from Perth. Now we're going all the way to Perth soon. I'll tell you the dates so you don't have to travel, my sister. And she came all the way. She left her 5 children to be there. And the other people that have come through as well. We're creating an amazing community, and this is what's special. And this is what I really want you to, connect with. That we are creating amazing, amazing, unique people, and it comes down to leaders creating leaders. Yeah, we've got women, we've got men, we've got all in between. And the thing that I'm excited about is how they are growing. Not everybody, because some people go back and they want to go back to the old ways, and they want to blame, and they get caught up in that bad energy, and they want to struggle and the rest of it, but that's up to them. Yeah, we could only do so much. We could only say, hey, look, I'm here. When you're ready, I'll be, I'm here to help you. Yeah. But the people that are growing, which is the majority of the people, that aren't allowing their bullshit to come into this protected, holy, and sacred environment, is they're creating, they're empowering others just by the way they are. They're empowering others from their energy. They're empowering others not by what they're saying, by what they are doing. Because they come back and go, oh my God, I went to my friends and they said you've changed and you look better and you're glowing and you speak better and you relate differently and you've got self-worth and you've got energy, yeah? And that's what it's about. Every time I get excited, I always get an itchy nose. It's like Bewitched when she, shakes her nose and said, I feel like I'm going to disappear. So the important thing of what I want everyone to understand. So if you're someone that feels like they're going in circles, if you're someone that does the roadrunner, just keeps burning out, not going anywhere. If you're someone that doesn't have the conviction, keeps attracting the wrong people. You know, you do good at life and then you fuck up. And then, you know, you one day you'll be good and then you don't know what you're doing. Or you get caught doing something that you don't like in a relationship, a job, an environment, and you become, you know, you become complacent. Life isn't to go start and stop and in and out. You know, it will drive you crazy. It's constantly moving forward. Yes, sometimes we slip up, but that doesn't give people an excuse to say, okay, I keep fucking up, but I keep getting better, because sometimes you're not going to get that second chance here, and people get fed of it. Why you keep fucking up? Why do you have to keep fucking up? You know what I mean? So we give people an opportunity to stand into their power and say, you know what? Let's face the truth. Let's be around other people that are on the same verge, on the same journey, on the same vibration, and let's stop lying to ourselves. Let's stop lying to our kids. Let's stop lying to our parents, our friends, whoever. Let's stop lying to the world, and let's start standing in our power together. Yeah? We're all here on a journey of self-realization. And that's what we create here at Team Beast Mode International and at the Ultimate Polarity Recorrection and Identity Creation Retreats, True Authentic Reality, online course, and there's 2 new programs that are coming out very shortly. Yeah? Own Your Shit in Style and Black Belt Mindset. So they're going to be really starting to rock it. But what if you're saying, what are these workshops going to give me? They're going to put you in a position to lead yourself, to get yourself uncomfortable, learn a lot of understandings of yourself to be able to become the best version of you. Yeah? How you're going to learn that and how you're going to become the best version of you is by understanding, putting yourself in that energy, by putting yourself and facing diversity, facing things that you haven't done before. Mine was public speaking. Mine was standing in a public place and, you know, believing that I actually had something to give back to others, yeah? Just let me have a look at that. Boom, cool. And just give me the thumbs up, guys, if you can still hear me and it's all clear and the rest of it, because I know the internet for some reason has been playing up today. I've had 15 coaching calls, loved it, but I think I'm a little bit burnt out, and so is the internet. So just give me a thumbs up if we're all good there. Let me just make sure that, cool. Oh, awesome, thanks Chris, appreciate it, man. So another thing is, again, the workshops are there for convenience, yeah? The workshops are there for convenience. We create these workshops for the Melbourne people because Melbourne needs it. Let's be honest, Melbourne is one of the best cities in the world, and it also can be the worst city. It's a city where people don't appreciate what we've got, and it's a city where people don't appreciate themselves, and let alone don't appreciate anyone else. So why it's been so big for me to come back to Melbourne is obviously living in Bali, living in Hollywood, coming back to Melbourne is, you know, this is my home. You know, my home, my beautiful partner's here, my family and friends and so on and so forth. But it's obviously there was a lot of pain here. There was a lot of darkness. There was a lot of me, you know, choosing to fuck up my life. And why I say to that as well, that, you know, if people know my past, is that people want to jump to places, to go here, go there, but they're still failing. It's because they're failing within. You know, it's like a relationship, jump from relationship, but they're still failing. You know what? And what I did at the last retreat, I took myself to a place where there was a lot of history, where I used to live next door. Yeah, when I lived, you know, I lived at a few different places in Bali, but I lived 12 months there and did a lot of retreats. There was a lot of history. I took myself there because I wanted to prove to my team that I'm not just sitting here barking dog or Donald Duck, and then I go back to a place and go, well, you know, I'm talking about that reconditioning, and there was a lot of anchors, there was a lot of memories. But I put into practice what I teach. I put into practice reprogramming subconscious and that having that understanding of going deep and removing that. And I put myself into a place where there was a lot of pain, where there was a lot of memories, where there was a lot of whatever, yeah? Where there was a lot of past. And it was the proof to the pudding. The proof was in the pudding. And what that is, that I put myself in that last retreat to show the people, the participants, more importantly, to show myself that the stuff that I teach, I do to a point until I get the result, and then I keep going, yeah? And that's why I'm standing in front of you, and I keep showing up. I've done 2 live streams today. I show up every day when I could be watching the Brownlow to let you guys know enough is enough and we need to get on with it. Because the thing is, if you've got that, oh, I can be doing better, it's not bad, and the rest of that, why I want to be here in your lives and be able to lead you is I want to be here in your lives so you say, oh my God, you know, I don't want you to say, I should have, I could have, did. I want you to say, I did, and I got it, and I love my life, and I'm so proud of myself. And the whole saying is, and when I heard this, I said, you know what? I want to change the words, but I want people not to say my name, could be my energy. Because of that energy, because of that leadership, because of whatever, I didn't give up. Yeah, and that's why I'm here, and that's why I always show up and say, hey guys, and that's why we've brought our understandings to you, that we're bringing our services, we're bringing our knowledge and our life experiences, that myself, I've been through hell and back, and I'm still here, still smashing it. Life has been quite fantastic because we're putting the right things into place, so there's no need to go up, down, up, down. Life, you're going to have a slight decline, there's going to be a couple little bumps, but you're still rocking. It's a choice, it's a choice. So what I invite you all to understand is the workshop that's going to be in Melbourne is going to be on Saturday the 21st to the 22nd of October. Then we're going to stack that, as Matty G says, in Perth. And in Perth, it's going to be from the 28th, Saturday the 28th to the 29th, yeah? Because I know a lot of, Perth people, there's a huge following in Perth. Matty obviously lives there, Fida, Natalia. There's a lot of other people that are going to be up there, plus Matty's bringing in his whole security team. So that's going to be really cool. So he's going to have all the people there rocking that out. And yeah, so Perth is going to be fantastic. So we're going to be doing that. And then there's Sydney. Sydney's going to be probably next year because there's a lot of people there. Adelaide is going to be massive. Also Canberra. And then, sorry, actually before Canberra, there's going to be Queensland. But more importantly, people, this is just 2 days. 2 days that we're putting a lot of stuff in. For 2 days is 2 days out of however old you are. 2 days in my life, I'm 37. 2 days out of 37, well, how much can you grow? Why the BALI retreats have been so successful, and we're about to do our 26. Not many people can say they have created 26 retreats, yeah? I've been running the retreats for now 4 or 5 years. Every retreat has been super, super successful, and there's a reason. Because the retreats are super successful because they saved my life, and they're saving the lives, and every time we grow and grow, we're always adding, we're always changing, we're always evolving. We're not settling for anything but greatness. And everyone that's been there, they would say that. But one thing, and I'll be honest, there's people that go back and go, I didn't get the result. That's not a lie. They went back and did nothing and expect the change to keep happening. When you go back, if you don't practice what you learn, if you don't condition, reprogram your mind, the people around you will reprogram you. You'll go even worse because then you'll start blaming people. I spent that money, I spent that time, that is bullshit. And then you start believing the people around you. It's a scam, it's this, it's that, and it's the rest of it. Let's just blame everyone for why I'm overweight, why I'm broke, why I'm living with a partner that uses me as a doormat. Why? And unfortunately, people, this is the reality and this is what's happening. And it's really sad because you see people blossoming. You see people blossom into this beautiful rose. They're in the light, they're in that energy, and then they go back to the old environment and it's dark, there's no nutrients, it's negative, and then they go, and they rot away, yeah? And then they start to be at the effect and start blaming everyone else, and it's really sad. So, Chris, obviously, he's come to, he's come to the retreat in May, it was, I think, Chris, had an amazing breakthrough. He's been smashing through all these challenges, and I'm proud of him as well. Totally agree with a person can lead and be shown all the tools, but the true force, let me have a look at that. The true force of the person controlled by their negative ego, then the cycle will continue only with a person really looks deep into themselves. Always the good bits get cut out. That's awesome. I really appreciate that. So, guys, a lot of people that get on here as well are people that, are part of the group, people that have, been pushing forward, and it's absolutely fantastic, because I can sit here and I can go, hey guys, and the rest of it, but to have people like that on, thank you, Chris, I appreciate it. To be on, like, I didn't tell him to get on here, he just shows up because he wants to be a part of it, and he's being honest, and, the support is just, it's unconditional, so fantastic. Obviously, we can be honest, we've had our challenges when the energy hasn't been right. I'm always going to be, when people drop their energy, you're always going to have that resistance, because when people are always striving to be their best and you drop away from it, then it creates resistance, yeah? But when people are always coming to your standards, you understand that, then they go, oh, now I get it, yeah? And it's got nothing to do with being personal. It's got when the values change, when the beliefs change, when the respect, and when the standards change, yeah? How can you soar if how can you keep your standards high if you're not keeping them? I always say, if you want to fly, keep your standards high. If you want to soar like an eagle, so on and so forth. So, and that's what I really appreciate. But the honesty is fantastic, and that's what I'm here for. Be the safety net, let people come up. But sometimes people don't want the safety net and they hit the ground. But that's a choice again. Choice and decisions create your life. So, to let everyone know, just to give you an example as well, that's another thing what we do is the workshops are fantastic to get a taste, again, what we do, what you're capable of, and you go, whoa, you know what? this stuff is really cool. Reprogram the mind. More importantly, you're going to go, whoa, look how able I am. Look, I can do this. I can be happy. I don't need to listen to my ex. I don't need to listen to the parents. I can actually go and create something. I can go and so on and so forth. You can lead a horse to water, but you cannot make him drink. Even better one, you can lead a human to information, but you can't make them think. Yeah? And that's what it's about. You can, and it's sad because I really invest my heart, and Chris can tell you and everyone else can tell you, then I really put my heart and soul into my clients like they're my friends and family. More important, not saying they're my children, because, you know, Chris is my senior and I've got respect, but more importantly, that's my family, yeah? And that's what it's about, because I can see people where they're at and I can see into the future. If they keep doing that, it's not going to be great. Come to this path. And the reason why I know that, because I fucked up. And the reason why I know that, because I've got coaches that are my age, always to 70, and they've got massive success. And it's just a winning formula, you know. And some people want to test it out and they do the wrong thing and it gets hard, but then they get back up. Why make it hard? Just keep going to the top. You don't need to slip up. There might be a little slip because you had no control over it. Knuckle down and let's keep moving forward. That's the name of the game. So another thing which has been really big as well, that a lot of people that are coming through the workshop, is again creating that environment, creating that understanding of what's available, what is available within you, and what's available, that how much potential your mind's got, and the potential of the energy that's really around us, and tapping into that energy and being able to go, oh my God, I never knew I could do this with the mind. I never knew the mind could do this. I never knew there was energy there. I never knew, and so on and so forth. And when people start experiencing that, not me sitting up here and doing live streams every day, but when you experience it, that's when you believe. When you hear, you forget. When you see, you do. And when you participate, so when you do it, you understand it. And that's by going there, participating, going, wow, now I know what Lee's talking about. Now I know what everyone else is talking about. And now I understand myself, how much energy I've got. So let's rock this out. Yeah. And that's what we teach. And it's basically, again, it's a universal law, universal consciousness. And you can't see that. It's the black text is not working for some reason. So what I want to leave everyone with, because what is the time? Boom, we'll just rock this out quickly, half an hour. That, again, if you're feeling with someone that doesn't have direction, that doesn't seem to be attracting the right people, has the wrong environment, doesn't have that so-called confidence, is always feeling down, depression, 1 minute happy, 1 minute aggressive, or you feel like you're going in circles, or you know you're destined for greatness, or you have a message to give to people, or that you know from a past relation that you're holding on to all that pain. Oh, there's my father. Good to have you on, Dad. Hope you're feeling better, mate. And, you know, you've got a lot of that stuff that's, you know, my dad was there. Unfortunately, he was the boxing bag when I was in my real dark time, and you know, he's my number one support, my biggest fan now. So, and that's the reason why I had that as well. That, you know, you can easily fuck up your life, but you can easily make it into something amazing as well. And don't get me wrong, you're up early, you're constantly moving forward, you're being around the right people, you're showing up, and you're doing that. Yeah. You're so right, and you're such an inspiration to. Oh, thank you, Deborah. I appreciate that. You know, and I'm sure you're an inspiration to others as well. Love to get to know you better. Then, you know, that's fantastic. That's great. And this is the thing. What I really want to lead you guys with is, my coach said to me, Lee, you keep showing up, but with this information. But it's about what you do next. It's about you becoming a master of application. It's about what you're doing is Melbourne people, get your ass over to the workshop. I'm going to start putting up the flyers. I'm going to start giving you where you can start to register as well. But what I'm going to say to you is, what I created with the 6-day journey in Bali. And I said this on the first video. Bali is one of the most, if not the most, transformational places in there. It's not because it's an opinion, it's a fact. It's on the meridian grids where they call it the dragon underline, where the energy is at its most powerful for manifestation throughout the earth, and the spiritual lines, if you believe it or not, there's a meridian lines that run through. Bali sits on 2 of them. Also, there's obviously so many volcanoes, which Mount Agung's about to blow, and the energy that runs through the place is ridiculous, yeah? And the retreats are structured over 6 days, where the first day is called the VIP, is Vessel in Power. Not very important person, Vessel in Power. And that's because we are creating these people to be vessels in their power, for you to understand that you are a vessel, you are a vehicle, stand in your power and transport that energy and power to everyone every day. Then we give you advanced strategies of advanced leadership. with advanced leadership, what that comes into is deciding and committing. Deciding on something and not stopping, committing until you get it. Being flexible and being able to adapt to every situation. It's not the strong, it's not the fast, it's not the most powerful that rules the system. It's the most adaptable and flexible to change that rules the system. It's huge. Yeah? And then obviously we teach you advanced massive action by doing this much effort and getting that much result. And that's by programming the mind and understanding that and that's the difference between successful and average people. By programming the mind, taking massive action, but it's efficient. It's not putting out energy. It's by understanding what your strategy is simple. If you're a GPS or a computer and you know exactly where your longitude and longitude and where you need to get, once you put that in, you get there fantastic, boom. But if you're like, oh, I don't know, I think it's around there and I think they said you turn left and go right, oh, let's just put that in. Oh, no, it isn't, we get burnt out. And that's people how they live. They're, oh, maybe roundabout, clear as mud. No, I don't know, it's great. Your mind and your subconscious works on clear instructions, symbols, clear instructions, and listen to this. Your subconscious mind works on the principles of least effort. Unfortunately, people, we create most effort. So you're not in your subconscious, you're in your conscious mind. So when you create least effort, your subconscious will jump in and go, thank you, let's rock and roll, let's be a superstar, let's be efficient, and let's become effortless. Yeah? So unfortunately, the majority of the world put this much effort in, get that much result because they're out, they're not within themselves, they're not in their inner world. The super successful sports stars, this and that, what they do, they start to create, they do this much effort and they get that much back, yeah? Massive, massive difference. Awesome. Hey guys, how are we all rocking? We got, how many names we got there? Quishella, Anetta, Tommy, Deacon, Riddle. Hey, awesome guys, good to have you on. So, what I say to everyone being on here, I invite you all to inbox me tonight and tell me what's going on in your life, yeah? I'm being honest. Inbox me tonight. I'll get back to it because I'm going to watch the Brownlow after this. Inbox me tonight of how I can be of my best service to you. And then I will throw you a few ideas of, okay, cool. Well, to be honest with you guys, the workshop is going to be good for 2 days, but you need this. Either it's an online program where you can keep the growth going, or maybe it's just a retreat. You need to get away and you need to experience the 6 days of subconscious reprogramming, inner mindset, matrix energy, just really going deep with that to bring out your best. Or if you can't get away with children time work, it's the online program, which is basically a simulation, which is the true authentic reality, where a lot of people are getting massive results. That's true authentic reality is created that you can learn from the comfort of your own home. Yeah? So that's what I say. I invite you. It's 100% confidential. Send me what's going on. Inbox me and say, look, Lee, this is where I'm at. I've had 15 people do that today. Been giving people feedback. And it's going to be absolutely fantastic. So one of the person that's on here, and we're going to catch up on a call tomorrow as well. And she is excited. I'm excited for her as well. And be honest. Say, this is where I'm at. This is where I need. And I'll be honest with you. The workshops is to give you a taste test. Yeah. The workshop is we're bringing it to your doorstep. We're basically going, here you go. Do you want to eat? Here's the recipe to success. And until you don't experience it and feel the energy, because videos and the rest of it are very misleading. Yeah, people can put on an act and so on and so forth. But when you're standing in front of me, standing in front of the team, you're going to go, well, you know what? This guy really means what he says, and this guy, his energy, like, okay, you can feel it through the screen, but times 10, yeah? And you will feel the shifts. You will feel it's no bullshit filter. You will feel like, fuck, this guy's a little bit intimidating, but actually, you know what? He's a big teddy bear. And that's the truth. You just don't want to piss me off. No, and that's a joke, sort of. So that's old conditioning. So another thing is that what we want to teach people as well, that the BALI retreats are fantastic. You have the VIP day. The first day is peeling back the layers, unlearning. So what I said in the video today is you peel back the layers and you start to peel them back. Chris understands what I was saying before, the little joke, not joke. So you start to peel back the layers, and that is unlearning to learn. So once you unlearn to learn, so what that means is you will learn something to unlearn. You will unlearn the bullshit that has been holding you back from your greatness, because it's not what you don't know, it's what you do know that's holding you back from being the best version of you. You learn the stuff and you take yourself away, because when you were born, you are at your pure core. You're at your foundation of pure energy, at your infinite energy, limitless potential. But unfortunately, our parents don't know, but they told you can't do this and you can't do that. And school said you can't do this and you can't say this and you can't. And before you know it, you become numb. You walk around as a zombie. But that's why my mission and what I've learned over the years is you learn to unlearn the bullshit. And that's the first day of the retreat. As we start to pull back the layers of the onion, your true authentic self will come out. And people don't know that. What is my true authentic self? No one has ever discovered that. Or, sorry, not many people have discovered that. What is my true authentic self? How do you know? How am I going to know if it's my true authentic self? How do I discover it? Blah, blah, blah. Once you come that, you go, oh my God, this is who I am. Now I feel my power. Now I understand. These are my strengths. This is my ability. Wow. So you will be teaching you and unlocking that, going deep in your subconscious, going deep in your core, in your spiritual alignment. Then the third day is called the rebirth. You will feel like you're reborn because you peel back the layers. Your true authentic self has been, it's almost like Jesus being resurrected. Will be shown, will be exposed, and then you'll be reborn because you will feel fresh. You'll start like you're pressing the reboot button. It all starts now. Then, after being reborn, it's the fourth day is called the empowerment. So every day is structured by learning, and some of these days are big people. You'll be starting at 4 a.m. and some days we finish at 11, so 4 a.m. to 11 p.m. Some days have been 18-hour days, some days have been 21-hour days. There's 2 days where we fast, where we do a physical cleanse, a mental cleanse, an energetic cleanse, and a spiritual cleanse, yeah? And the way we do that is through different assimilations and understandings of what we do for BALI. We have spiritual teachers, we have yoga teachers, you meet a high priestess. Obviously, we take you to some amazing places around in Bali, and it's some really, really powerful stuff. Chris said, all part of the journey, brother. Some lessons need to be learned in the toughest way to really sink in. Respect. Love you too, bro. I love the honesty. And you said in your power, you're a superstar, bro. And I truly appreciate absolutely everything. Yeah, I do. And like you said, I love it. Have an awesome night there. Keep up the great work. Really make a difference. Awesome. The retreats are totally next level. Cool. So, then after the empowerment, people, what we move into is the higher vibrational. I normally say the higher consciousness, but you go away with the higher vibration. And the higher vibration is you getting into your power and really standing into that, and you come and see the world. When you go back home, I always say on that time, the tin flying can, which is a plane, you come home and you come back, you see the world differently, you respond differently, you're going to see the world's imperfections, you're going to see people's imperfections, and get out of that place of judgment and get in that place of service. Yeah, get out of that place of judgment and get into that place of service, because you're going to go, oh my God, people need me. Yeah, you're going to, instead of you acting reactive, you're going to see 4 options and you're going to be proactive and see which one's going to be better for you. So that is a very powerful thing that you're going to be getting from that. Yeah, so people, this is a continuation because a lot of people wanted to know more about it. If you want to know more, we'll book in a personal one-on-one call where I will spend about, say, half an hour, and we'll go through a screening process of what, if the workshops are going to be the great first step, then we're going to go into the retreat, or there could be the one-on-one coaching, it could be the True Authentic Reality online program, or whatever it might be. So I invite you all to send me an inbox and say, look, Lee, this is going on. Remember, nothing is going to shock me. Nothing's going to go, oh my God, I don't want to say that. It's when you hold stuff back, that's what it is. This is not, remember, I always talk about the berry tree. If you lie and hold things back, you cut the berries off. What happens to the berry tree? The berries grow back. We want to rip the roots out of that motherfucker, throw it out, and then you can start living a life at your potential. Yeah, I'm in the game, and I'm in the purpose of creating better humans, creating leaders to lead others, not an empire on the backs of broken, vulnerable people. Not my cup of tea. All right, guys, so if you want to know more, what I invite you to, don't just let the information sink and sit there and then you go back and do nothing, because you'll regret it. Because if you start today, you're going to thank yourself for starting tomorrow. And then again, and you're going to go, oh my God, because I always say this. This is what my coach did. And I was like, fuck, it took me to the next level. If I took you out to a year's time of doing what I tell you to do and doing what I live, you're going to go, oh my God, and you'll do anything. You'll find a time, you'll chop off your leg or whatever to make the commitment to be able to do this. And you're going to go, fuck, why didn't I start 20 years ago? And they were my exact words. So have a great night, people. Dusty's going to win. Obviously, he actually lives down here. He lives down in level 3, he lives where we live. So go to Tigers. And as I always say, as I'm remembering now, you can be anywhere in the world, but you are here listening to me, Lee Bundy, the CEO of Team Beast Mode International, the messenger of strength and the truth. I'm your friend, I'm your leader, I'm your beacon of light to be able to take you to a better existence. Have an amazing night. Looking forward to it. I'm already getting the inbox going, ting, ting, ting. And that's what it's about, people. Let's take this stuff to the next level. Have an amazing night. Watch the Brownlow. Enjoy time with your family. And more importantly, always stand in your power and believe that you are worth it. Take care.